Hey, what's up, Unbroken Nation?
And so I'm going through this process. I'm looking at my life from 26 to 30, the hardest 4 years of my life. And in that, this idea of struggle, this idea of suffering, which if you look up the definition of suffering means to face discomfort or to be uncomfortable. I made a decision that I was going to suffer my way into success no matter what, based on what it meant for me to have success in my life for me. That doesn't mean perfect. That doesn't mean having all the things that everybody else has. It means, can I go look at myself in the mirror every single day and know that I'm holding myself accountable to the idea of the narrative, the person that I want to be based on who I choose to be, not based on who society, my parents, my community, my family, my friends, the media, the government, the books tell me to be. And in that, when you make that decision and that declaration about who you want to be, you have to recognize that it will come to pass on a long enough timeline. People, I cannot stress this to you enough. When you make a decision to change who you are and to become the person that you're capable and meant to be, you have to understand that time is the only factor that's going to differentiate you from success and failure. And time is not utilized appropriately in this society because we measure time as this thing that we're running out of. I measure time as this thing that I'm creating more of. And people often say, well, how do you create more time? Well, first and foremost, the most important thing that you can do is recognize what you're doing with your time. Now, you hear this all the time. People are like, oh yeah, don't Netflix if you want to change your life. Don't play video games. Don't waste time, blah, 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 blah. You have to get massive clarity about who it is that you want to be. And I'm not going to tell you, don't play Netflix. Don't, watch video games, flip those, right? Don't do those things. I will never say that because I have a moment once every 2 to 3 months where I'm playing video games all day long. Period. It's going to happen. It is the greatest release that I have. And so as you go through that, you have to recognize you have to ask yourself this question. And this is the question that changed my life forever. In the moment before making a decision, whether it's about being accountable, whether it's about creating change in your life, whether it's about showing up as the person you want to be, no matter what it is, in that moment, right before an action takes place, ask yourself, what do I actually need? And in that pause of asking yourself, what do I actually need? That is where you're going to have to reconcile your truth. Because the matter of fact reality that I know to be more true than I know to be anything else is for me. And I'm talking about me, guys. I don't know you. I don't know your life. I haven't experienced what you've experienced. What I look at in my life in that moment of pause is I simply say to myself, is the thing that I just told myself that I need the truth? And can I go look in the mirror and accept that truth as fact and reality? Because if the answer is yes, then that means that I must do the thing that is there in front of me. If the answer is no, that means I'm not being real with myself. And I have to go deeper and ask myself, why am I not being real with myself right now? Because if I'm not being real with myself right now in the moment, when I actually ask myself, what do I need? Then where am I not being real with myself in other aspects and moments of my life? This is all tied into know thyself, causation and correlation, creating a massive change and shift around your identity in closing the gap of where you are to where you want to be by being truthful and acknowledging the reality of who you are.